A lot of people say the right things. A lot of people say the right things, and most of this audience even follow through with when they say, "Oh, Taffy, oh, streamer, I would watch you play anything." But generally speaking, like that is the voice of the minority. Because generally speaking, it's, "Oh, Taffy, we watch you play anything." "Oh, you're gonna play that? Well, if I just don't say anything, he won't notice when I leave."
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
Well, if I just sneak on out of here quietly, it's like I didn't even leave. He won't even know that I'm not here. K-Stroop, 202 gifted subs all time. This one goes to the Ferrum. The Ferrum, welcome back. Wait, hold on, what was this? I just talked about streaming stats on the Allegedly podcast this morning, actually, including viewership fluctuations during stream for food, and also for the 12th episode, you were mentioned in some form or fashion. Listen, I like special treatment. I can't fuck with IBS. The actual condition or that particular item. That's her. You heard it here first. Chat. Taffy now wants us to acknowledge our arrivals and departures and the reason. That's not the obligation of the viewer. Like that. What is not the obligation of the viewer? I want to make sure that I understand. Because I'm certainly not saying, I don't think that anybody's obliged to watch and or give me money. It happens that way. But that my previous statement wasn't aimed at people who come and go as they please, which is absolutely their right. My statement was to the disingenuousness of the people who claim to be ride or die regardless of the game and then quietly sneak out the back. The way we used to do in church when it was like, oh, we sat through the entire sermon and they were like, okay, well, let's all bow our heads and close our eyes and we'll welcome people to come up here and pray at the base of the pulpit. The little personal one-on-one prayers that you want to have. You're like, okay, you know what? They won't even notice if we sneak out right now. We sat through the teachy part of the sermon. I don't need to stay here and sing while a bunch of people, silently pray on their own. We can still catch the Cowboys kickoff. They're playing the late game today. Yeah, nobody in this audience is obliged or owes me a goddamn thing. But I do think it's funny that there are a bunch of folks who are very vocal about like, oh, Taffy, I'll watch you watch paint dry. I'm like, well, good news, because we're doing a watching paint dry stream starting right now. And it's like, damn this orthodontist appointment that I suddenly have. Shame. If I could have gotten out of that, I would have loved to have watched you watch paint dry. Yeah, Art with Gads, I don't ever want to make it seem implied that this channel and this viewership owe me fucking anything. Nobody here owes me anything. Everything that I get, I'm lucky to have. But it does crack me up. Like, I feel bad because when people say like, oh, Taffy, I'm ride or die with you no matter what. And I'm like, is that true though? Because I didn't see you during any of Ori. It was like, well, I played that game. And I'm like, well, there are clearly fucking caveats, aren't there? Clearly your unconditional love is not as unconditional as you claim it is. And there's nothing wrong with that, but, let's not sit here and dislocate our shoulder jerking ourselves off for our unconditional loving nature of the community when there are clearly caveats. I'm sure, yeah, there's absolutely somebody literally out there watching paint dry right now, and by God, they're doing it the right way. Wait, you can dislocate your shoulder jerking off? I mean, with the right positive mental outlook and determination. Art with Gats, I hope you have a pleasant lurk. I appreciate you hanging out. Watching you play Dark Souls was one of the most entertaining stream months I've had in years. No shit, really? Dark Souls 2 then, yes? God, that's a while ago.
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
That was a good time because I basically got to spend the entire time we played Dark Souls watching people be mad at me for being better at the game than them and not knowing why I was. They didn't know, I didn't know. They're just like, Taffy, why are you destroying this game? This game gave me hell for months, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know why I'm destroying this game. Eat Rock Dummy is one of my favorite moments from any game I've ever played. Old old Father Gas Can. Old Father Gas Can. I underestimated him. Nom Freshman with the gifted tier 1 sub to Art with Gads. Nom Freshman, thank you for 23 gifted subs all time, and Art with Gads. Enjoy your lurk, but also enjoy your emotes if and when you should decide to come back. Eh. 6 of one, half dozen of the other. I just remember you diving into the sea hole to go fight the spider boss, and the fight was so comical to me. I don't have any sense of, like... I don't have any sense of proportion on those... Oh, okay. Please stop. Ugh. I don't have, like, I don't have the necessary fear instinct that keeps you alive in dangerous situations. What the hell? I've never seen this before. Anybody? New to just me? Never seen that before. I've played this game almost non-stop since May. I have never seen a giant poop on the screen before. It's been in the game since release, and it's just a super rare room. I've never even seen it on other people's streams before. I am absolutely flabbergasted. The Mighty Poop had that once. No kidding. That's bananas. I didn't even know that existed. Yeah, there are just 1 or 2 obscenely rare things in Dross and Dross only for no particular reason. Yeah, somebody clip that. I'll put that on social media today. That's mind-blowing to me. I didn't even know that existed. I had never seen that on anyone else's stream. Had no clue that was out in the world. Yeah, boric oxide. Don't tell me. I guess at some point I'll stumble across it. Well, I mean... That's bananas. Saw a clip on YouTube about it the other day. It's also the first time I saw it as well. Yeah, I had no clue that that even existed. I know I'm rambling, but it's because I'm genuinely speechless. I didn't even know to be looking out for that. Didn't even know to be looking out for that. If you stumble across the other thing, and I guess I'll probably know it if I see it. If I stumble across the other thing, clip it because it is 1000% rare. Flabbergasted right now. Oh, it did make my fly bigger. Look at that. Made my fly and my spider bigger, even though they're sort of like non-traditional fly and spider. Well, I guess I'm definitely gonna find the secret room. Man, I had no idea that was even out there. I'm glad you guys were here to see that. Like, it would have killed me if that was something that happened, like, to start the day. It would have killed me if that was something that was, like, to start the day, and there were, like, 20 people in here because we were all filing in. Did gift sub badges get reset? Not to my knowledge. That doesn't mean anything because obviously, like, I don't really have a good thumb on the pulse or finger on the pulse of what's happening in Twitch from one day to the next for sure. OnlyFans reversed their decision on them banning sexually explicit content. They currently have suspended the decision. I hadn't really known what to make about that. There was a part of me that like wanted, if I was gonna be outraged, and honestly, you know, if it was if it was potentially going to be as egregious as everyone was saying that it was going to be, if it was going to be that they rode the metaphorical backs of these content creators to gain their fortune and then dump them the moment that the banks and processing, you know, payment processors had a problem with it, then I was 100%, you know, if it was literally just the same kind of thing you'd see in your sort of standard adult film, then I was absolutely kind of outraged for the people who were making a living off of it. But there were also people who were saying that under clauses and guidelines that I had never seen before, that it was generally like all stuff that was illegal that they were finding and outlawing. And I was like, well, yeah, you know, it doesn't make any sense to me to get outraged if they were just saying like, yeah, you can't do like bestiality and like rape. I'm like, well, good. So I was waiting to see sort of where the parameters fell, or if they didn't come up with parameters, and just left it vague. If they did a very Twitch thing and they were just like, I don't know porn, but I'll know it when I see it. Yeah, Nom Nom Freshman, that's like, I genuinely would just wanted, before I got, like, I'm old. If I get outraged about a topic, it could kill me. Like, if I'm gonna potentially have a heart attack defending something, I want to make sure that I've got all of the facts in place. Sure. Outrage is a young man's game. And I'm not a young man anymore, so like, I'm waiting to get my information adequately sourced before I start feigning outrage on stuff. Not to brag, my sons have pooped so big I was called to the bathroom and asked what was wrong. They proceeded to show me a poop bigger than them. It has an elbow or a knee. It's the size of my arm. Was amazed that something could come out of my offspring. I'd be proud. Yeah, I'd be okay with showcasing that to people. I think that Grayson and Rory are beyond the point where I'd be proud of their dukes. But there was definitely a point in time where they started pushing out man-sized dookie, and I was like, yeah, good for you guys. Way to step up. Yeah, we're on the Funk channel, Boric Oxide, on Pretzel. Ew. Don't like that, no sir. So yeah, I don't know. If what was happening with OnlyFans is exactly what we all think was happening with OnlyFans, was that they were gonna try to utilize the popularity of the people putting out adult content to build their platform and then dump them the moment it became inconvenient to house them. And that's some pretty aggressive horseshit. What am I doing? I got a key. Like, why would I waste a bomb there? But yeah, apparently they have suspended the idea. Most of my decisions are made based on how they affect my revenue, so I can only imagine that someone internally in OnlyFans crunched the numbers. And if they crunch the numbers and like, hey guys, how do you feel about eliminating 75% of our monthly revenue? I don't know, I feel pretty bad about that. Yeah, you think? Alright, well, problem. That's what's gonna happen. Hey, there's Beelzebub. Inadvertent Beelzebub. Feels good, though. Oh, no, Cat. I'm saying like 75% of lost revenue if they decided to acquiesce and cut a whole bunch of adult content creators out of their platform.
1 makes you small. Paralysis.
I wish you didn't sound so in my ear about that.
Lemon party.
Hey, that feels pretty good.
Up.
I'd love to get PhD and roll with that golden pill. But yeah, like, you know, the overwhelming majority of decisions in my life are based on how does it affect my bottom line. And even if they decided to do something, even if they decided to make a better decision based on how it would affect them financially, it's still better than making the wrong decision. Yeah, it just seems awfully convenient. Yeah, like it seems awfully convenient to make all this money off of being this very specific type of platform art, and then all of a sudden to flip the script and be like, we only want to be for fans. Now that it's difficult and complicated and inconvenient to take care of these people. Yeah, today's runs have been good runs. These have been interesting runs so far. Does the game say the pill type or is that something else? It is a different pill type every time we use it. Yeah, it's funny to hear that, like, they are convinced that they were at least convinced that they could acquiesce to payment processors and keep... I mean, like, GoFundMe didn't want to be the backbone of the American medical system. You know what I mean? I actually genuinely don't know if I can survive this fight. So I think I'm just gonna go. That's what I'm saying, CB Hulk, is like, GoFundMe had no intention of being the backbone of the American medical system, and yet here we are. So like, if OnlyFans, you know, if OnlyFans wants to come out and say, like, oh, well, you know, Hobby Lobby really got to us and is twisting our nipples, not in an erotic way, about not having porn on our website, that's fine. You do you and run your company however you want, but, like, don't expect to continue to, like, maintain and keep the benefits that were provided you by a gigantic user base filled with people who are profiting off of adult material. Oh, God, that's, like, the worst one. Just because you found success in a way different than what you wanted to doesn't mean that you didn't still find success. Now, you know, are you willing to pick a hill to die on? Are you willing to pick a hill to die on and potentially hand back all that revenue? Or will you have the backs of the people who made you globally famous? I find it funny they suspended the idea a day after a site called Fansly was getting close to 4K activation account requests daily since the decision was said. Yeah, like rats off a sinking ship. People were gonna bolt on OnlyFans for sure. I got a lot. My Twitter account is real dicey. It's hard to explain to people because, like, I follow a lot of content creators who initially weren't creating erotic material that have since decided. Oh man, he hit me so hard he knocked a bomb out of me. I fat fingered it. A lot of people that I used to like, a lot of people that I followed way back in the day who were just gamers initially, have jumped into creating erotic material. But that also means, like, I have to be super careful about where I open Twitter. I can't just open Twitter at Kroger and expect that it's gonna go okay for me. So, like, I know a lot of those people that have a significant amount of their revenue anchored in, like, erotic subscriptions. And overwhelmingly, all of them were just, like, especially the ones that were making significant, like, 5 figures a month off it, a lot of them were just like, fuck you, we're out. And I have to imagine that as a company, you have to get nervous when, for whatever reason, you made that decision. You made it out of, you know, self-righteousness, or you made it out of fear, or you made it out of whatever. that you have to see rats off a sinking ship and just get super nervous. Yeah, so I opened Twitter. It's either going to be booba or it's going to be kittens. Or it's going to be somebody striking a very artsy selfie pose. Yeah, OnlyFans is a shite site anyway, who mistreated their user base, demanded too much of them, and then tried to take the moral high ground because imagine the most sarcasm a human can produce. Sex work is icky. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. I have never cracked the seal on sending money to erotic content creators and sex workers. Not because I think it's morally reprehensible. It's because if I break the seal on it, I'm terrified that one of my kids is going to trade school because I can't afford college for both. Because I will have bought a boat for a beautiful woman. That's really the only reason why. But that being said, like, I very much don't have a dog in this fight. Almost exclusively because I just refuse to crack the seal on dumping money into erotic subscription packages. Let's just do this because I don't want to walk back here. Nothing's wrong with trade schools, yeah, but if he's like, I want to be a surgeon, and I'd be like, well, daddy's got an armpit fetish, so unless you can figure out how to pay for surgeon school by yourself, you're gonna learn how to be an electrician. It could also be booba and kitten, that's true. That's true, it could be booba and kitten simultaneously. It's gonna be a very noisy run. Fuck it, come on, Bumbo. I genuinely don't know which one to take here. Erotic subscription package would be a funny stripper name. This is just me trying to come up with hygienic labels for this stuff. Yeah, Big Smoke, I'm real torn on this if I'm being honest. Good job, Leech. Yo, Ice! Thank you for the 5 gifted. Finn Explained, Dead Razor, Lone Wolf, Marie, Motorcycle Girl, all recipients of 5 gifted from Ice. Thank you so much, Ice. Incredibly kind of you. So yeah, anywho. I feel very fortunate, and like one day my day will come. At some point, I've been so lucky. You know, for the most part, with the exception of the fact that like I don't get the same attention that the A-listers do. My experience and time on Twitch has been just about as privileged as you could hope. I've never really had like any one particular like platform or group of users on a platform like shit on me or try to cut my legs out from underneath me. Generally speaking, with the exception of the fact that like a lot of people don't think that streaming is a real job in the grown-up Square world, man. Generally speaking, I've had a pretty easy go of it. I'm sure at some point my comeuppance will happen, and I'll have some place where somebody does me dirty, and I'll hope that people will have my back. And I try to at least be vocal. I try at the very least to state my mind and, you know, not back down from at least stating an opinion based on where my moral sense of obligation lies. But, yeah, man. Generally speaking, I've not ever really had to fight my way through that nightmare of just like, hey, I was making $5,000 a month or $10,000 a month off this platform, and I've got, you know, resources that I have requisitioned. I've booked studio time. I've scheduled photographers. I've put $5 on a credit card to build cosplay outfits or whatever. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, well, I might get kicked off this platform. Yeah, I imagine that sucks pretty bad. Okay. Go get them, Leash. Their souls belong to you. You have to claim them. There we go. Please let them... This has got to be better than the entire last run of Angel Room items. Nope, sure doesn't. Hiya! Got him. I think that's it. There's really nothing else to do on this floor, so I guess we just go. I am going to take Dad's key with me. It feels more utilitarian right now. I wouldn't have had the keys necessary to open that big chest if it hadn't been for the keys that I'd saved with Dad's key. Pretty sure the moment anyone does you wrong, you're going to have to hold Callie or Smashley back from murdering them. I am guilty of surrounding myself with really good people, and that's generally worked out really well for me so far, for sure.
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
Taffy, did you see the voice, Meg voice actors on TikTok? Yeah, I've followed her social media career pretty intently. I don't mean for that to sound creepy, but she's very good at it. Why did I do that? I'm so stupid. I did get spun though. Just cost myself a key I didn't have to cost myself. Yeah, no, she's very good at what she does, and she's entertaining. I'm more than anything, I find myself taking notes. Like I want to, you know, I'm always studying to see what I can do better. But on top of that, she's A, easy on the eyes, and B, very clever. She's comedically gifted. Mr. BG comes in tier 1, 16 months. Tabby, you're an independently contracted entertainer with one of, if not the largest company in the world. Yeah, that's I'm figuring out my day to day for sure. I was telling my niece for years I have a plan for a normal job, only to find out she can make more in an hour than I do just drawing for the furry community. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that if you're not averse to the content or the work or the community for any reason whatsoever, that yeah, drawing erotic art for the furry community can make you a fucking fortune. I've heard they pay very well. Oh, Bumbo, you dick. I'm in the same boat with Taffy on erotic content creation. I think more people would pay me just to keep my clothes on than for myself pretending to be sexy. I don't have a moral obligation to it. Yeah, it's not in my toolbox. To my knowledge, it's not in my toolbox. We've talked about this before. The thing that's most scary to me is that I need to just continue going on believing that it's not in my toolbox. If I did it once and there was a huge response and I was like, shit, now this is just something else I have to add to my day-to-day, I'd be more bummed out about it being successful because I just don't have the time. And I hate being in front of a camera, man. Even in the times in my life where I've been at my most fit, I just despise being in front of a camera. In front of a photo camera. Video cameras, I feel like, treat me okay. They're generally fair. I feel like when I'm on video, I look how I imagine I look. But I never look right in photos. Well, damn, now I have to get naked daily. That's my terror, is that all of a sudden, if I really want to maintain the momentum of it, then I'd have to continue to watch what I eat. I'd have to continue to go to the gym. I'd have to continue to get good sleep, and I'd have to schedule every minute of my day. I'm at a point now where I have I'd say about 60 minutes of wiggle room in the course of my day, where I can just do whatever I want. If I want to play Dota, I'll play Dota. If If I want to take a nap, I'll take a nap. If I want to watch a TV show, I'll watch a TV show. But if I added something else that I felt like was a potentially successful endeavor, every single minute of my day would be scheduled, and it would fucking suck. I don't care how successful you are, if you're burning yourself out by working every minute of the day, it's not maintainable. I draw furry art, still waiting to be approached by these suspiciously wealthy furries who want weird fetish art. I did draw for the Wonder Bread guy once upon a time. Oh damn, that sucks. That's the only instance that I've ever heard about that was, I think, a Reddit thread where it was it was an artist who was talking about how they had wanted to be a traditional artist, but the money, like they drew for a year and made, you know, like thousands of dollars. Like, it's Reddit. People lie on the internet, so who fucking knows? I don't have artistic abilities, so nobody has ever approached me and asked me to draw anything, let alone something erotically themed. I don't think anything that I'm gonna draw is gonna make anybody want to have sex or jerk off. God damn. My fly did that to me. Thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening, please. Joke's on you, stick figures are my one and only fetish. Well, looks like disposable income is back on the menu, boys. I used to make fursuits, but our rule was not for people who, our rule is not for people to not have sex in them. Maybe it's one of those things that now because so many people know about it, honestly, that was my thought too, Pogman, is that like that one person may have been one of the only resources for that community at the time, but once people heard the word "there's a lot of money in it," a bunch of people went, "I'm not fucking weirded out by it. What do you want to see fucking what?" And I'll make that happen today. And then all of a sudden now the market's flooded with talent, so you don't have to empty out a secret savings account just to have your particular fetish catered to. Because we wanted to be family friendly and fursuits don't have to be sexual. That's a fair take as well. I just wish people would start taking my sock puppet fetish seriously. As somebody who feels like they spend their entire day being worked by an invisible hand up his ass, I can relate to it. Oh, god damn it. Stuck on a rock because I wasn't looking at the screen. Oh, you twat. There we go. There we go. Niece doesn't even make anything fancy. She has a long list of people willing to give her $30 for an animated emote. I think Thermal was in here earlier and I meant to say hi to him. I got wrapped up in reading / trying to make the run go wild. Speaking of folks making animated emotes. Yeah, A-Pod, it was really, really cool the first couple of times we did it, but then after that it just felt kind of, it just feels kind of tedious. It's a laborious thing that you just have to do. Really? Oh, I can fly again. Right. Nubs for Prez, happy to see you. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Gross. Not you. The number of red hearts and not having anything to do with them is gross. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, this is fun. I'm having a good time. Did going in chat?
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
Did going into Mother and coming back out of Mother reset Bumbo? It feels like it did. And I gotta tell you, I'm not fucking thrilled about it. Speaking of reasons number 906 to not do... to not want to do Mother. You know what I mean. I've only done one written commission once. It was a smut 10 pages and was paid 5,000 US for it. Chad, I will happily write you smutty fiction for $5,000. I swear we've seen that before. Yeah. It's in one ear and out the other for me, though. JK chat, I'm not gonna write you smut. Well, maybe for 5 grand. I don't know. It's the time commitment of it all. Who's got the time to write? And then on top of that, I care. Like, I wouldn't just be able to phone it in. Another thing, the chase resets his lost soul. You can clear the floor and then do the chase and get the next item, free item. Get a free item on the next floor. Make up my wallet's mind. Best I can do is $4 at a Jolly Rancher. If it's sour apple, then we've got a conversation we need to have. If it's just about any other flavor, including grape, then I think our business here is concluded. Watermelon greater than sour apple. Oof. Just goes to show you that not everybody here is the same. Whoops, I thought that was a terminus point. I am sick of the fact that like half the floors we've had have been blind. Okay, good dodging, Taft. Half the floors that we've had feel like they've been blind floors. You know, Dark Dragon God, I don't really get down on almost anything cinnamon flavored. That's not cinnamon's fault. That's just personal preference. I think a lot of people in my early drinking years tried to use cinnamon flavored stuff. Like is it like Goldschlager? Fireball. A lot of people tried to use cinnamon flavored like liqueur to convince me that drinking didn't have to be gross and that there were things to enjoy. And so like a lot of stuff that predominantly presents itself as like, oh, it's cinnamon, that makes it awesome. It is genuinely almost an instant turnoff for me. Now that said, like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, cinnamon rolls, it's artificial cinnamon. Artificial cinnamon bums me out. Real cinnamon makes me happy. I'm going to bed. You're gonna lose my viewership. I'd love to stay and roll around the next game with you, but you know, unconscious and all that. Never you fret, Glitch. I will think fondly of you while I eat my second slice of pizza. So I think it's ultimately the thing that does me in on cinnamon is like I can't stand artificial cinnamon. I can't do fake cinnamon, like made in the lab cinnamon. But I can do like fresh cinnamon in like rice pudding, fresh cinnamon on applesauce, fresh cinnamon on oatmeal. I can do that. Yeah, cinnamon that's designed to taste hot is not the same to me as cinnamon that's designed to be a delightful spice. I mean, like, fake cinnamon being, like, made in a lab cinnamon. The kind of stuff they use to, like, artificially flavor, like, kids' candy and liquor and stuff like that. Yeah, I guess so. I guess that means I like cinnamon bark. I like actual ground cinnamon and not cinnamon oil. Cinnamon oil freaks me out. It's just there's something about it that's unrelenting. It's one of those flavors that like gets in your mouth and like really permeates every pore. Every taste bud feels like it gets shellacked in it. Feels like it coats your tongue almost. I'm just not down for that. You're doing great, Leech. Well, you're not doing that great. You're moving awfully slow, if I'm being honest. Yeah, cinnamon and fall treats is pleasant enough. Man, could I on a boat read any of the boring ass plays you wrote? I don't think I'd re-roll it. The last time I re-rolled a run out of spite, I got Cursed Eye and Isaac's Heart in the same re-roll. I don't think I'm on board for that today. We're getting late enough in the game now that I actually am pretty eager to beef up Bumbo. I could use the help. Oh my god. We put BFF through there like a 7-10 split. Snickerdoodles are one of my favorite cookies on the planet. And I honestly didn't really know much about them. And I didn't have my first Snickerdoodle till like 4 years ago. My first Snickerdoodle was relatively recent. And I just, thanked whichever gods were listening that I managed to get my first Snickerdoodle in while I was still reasonably within my youth. I got a lot of different cookies that I really enjoy. Cookies may be one of my favorite dessert style treats, but I didn't realize how much I enjoyed Snickerdoodles until I finally got my hands on one, which wasn't until, I don't know, whatever year The Martian came out. Yeah, candy liquors. I dislike most candy liquors. How do I beef up Bumbo? I feed him coins. Bumbo won't coin. Yeah, Edmund doesn't re-roll anymore. He just finds the worst items in the game and gives them to you. Alright, Bumbo. Your time to shine, bud. Who did this? Pogman gifts a tier 1 sub to the Dark Dragon God. Dark Dragon God, enjoy your emotes, and Pogman, thank you so much for 30 subs all time in the channel. There he goes. That's my boy. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought it was a live bomb. I was not looking at him, which meant that, of course, he was out to kill me. Ooh. Very spicy. I guess. I guess, you know? Oh, shit. What else am I really hoping for at this point? Yo, you know what? For a recipe recently, Amber... Oh my god, Bumbo, this is why you're not always invited along to do stuff. Amber, for a recipe, had to grab... Oh, it was for a sweet and smoky chili that I did. And for that chili, she needed molasses, and we've never had molasses in this house. So now I got a big-ass jar of molasses that she bought for, a big-ass jar of molasses that she bought for that chili recipe, so I need to figure out... Oh, the molasses that's downstairs is, Grandma's unsulfured. I don't know. Somebody said the word golden. I don't know if it's actually golden. It calls itself gold standard. But I don't know if that's just part of the marketing. It says gold standard since 1890, unsulfured molasses. All right, Gads, appreciate you hanging out today. Hope you have a productive Wednesday. Yeah, Pogman, Marvel Strike Force seems to be much more casual friendly. It's a lot less intense than Raid. The irony is that part of the reason I was so part of the reason it was so easy for me to like take long stints away from Raid was just because on the days where I would miss something on Raid, I would feel very you rat fucker. I would feel very despondent. I'd be like, oh man, I've fallen a day behind. I can't believe I fell a day behind on Raid Shadow Legends. I guess you know, I guess I'll set it down for a while because I'll never catch up now. The irony is I feel like I could pretty easily miss days in Marvel Strike Force. And because it's more forgiving, I've actually put more time into it than I put into Raid Shadow Legends. Like, because I don't need to sink as much time into Raid, or sorry, as much time into, because I don't need to spend as much time in Marvel Strike Force, I've spent more time in Marvel Strike Force. Golden molasses look more amber than black. No, I've just got like, I think just standard black molasses. Yeah, the active item that I have right now makes these red ghosts and then detonates them. Ugh. This golden chests have just been a huge waste of our resources. Eating his own poop, what a weirdo. I don't remember the last time I saw 120 volt. Once upon a time, we didn't take blind items. Once upon a time, we didn't take blind items. And then I got real lax on it. The most dismayed response to Dr. Fetus. I just, you know, I've had it recently. I had a much cooler build of it. I was enjoying the run as it was. He just leaves, I think, now. I mean, Fetus is good. It's a run-winning item. We're at a place now where I don't feel, like, super nervous about surviving it.
I found pills.
It's just that in my opinion, it's dull the same way that, like, Mom's Knife or Brimstone is dull. Hey, see, I would have liked to have gotten that. That would have basically cured all that ailed me. You rat fucker, Bumbo. Whose side are you on? As always, Bumbo's on Bumbo's fucking side. It's this one. Oh, well. At the very least, it's something new. I guess that overrides Dr. Fetus, but at least now we have a neat little hat. You guys ever hear the man? You guys ever hear a man jam the living shit out of an up arrow on a directional keyboard? Would you like to? Somewhere out there, Lars is shedding a tear and he doesn't know why. Yeah, Bumbo wants coin. He didn't say shit all about caring about my feelings, my fragile, delicate human emotions. Sure, why not? Look at him, Bumbo. That sure was a room where things happened. We have double flight. How are the runs? They've been good. We all wins today. And I think this one's not going to be any different. I think we win today as well. That'll be 3 wins today. Means we haven't lost since early Monday morning. Oh my. I mean, I think we just take all of them, right? As long as we've got all these soul hearts just sitting around. Neat.
A fool.
The time for safeguarding angel deals and whatnot is past. What a weird run. I still got to the button first game and I feel like you know it. I got to the button first game and I feel like you know it. What's my active? It's a waffle iron. But it's a holy waffle iron, which means when I kill something, I create a little red demon. And when I want that little red demon to explode, I hit the spacebar again. And the little demon explodes. Alright, well, I have officially looked everywhere except the route that takes me where I want to go. And again, I've looked everywhere except the route that I officially want to go. Tears down. Ooh, tempting. Tough crowd. Neat. Down we go. Technically, we're calling those tonsils, chat. Tonsils. We're calling those tonsils, We're calling those tonsils. Yeah, if we want to, if we ever do want to monetize Pop, I would advise against using the tonsils in any of the thumbnails. You feel me? don't ever use the tonsils in the thumbnails. Ugh. I understand that we're not monetized, chat, until we hit, I can't remember the number. It's a certain number of watch hours in a month and 1,000 subs. So we got a little work ahead of us. If you have a YouTube channel, might I interest you in some of this high quality Isaac content? But that said, when the day finally comes to monetize the channel, having pictures of certainly not scrotums, 1,000 subs and 10,000 watch hours, like it's genuinely, I gotta believe that's easy enough for us. We have over 1,000 active people in this channel, you know? Hello? But yeah, I gotta imagine the initial attempt to monetize is not gonna go well. If the thumbnails are lathered with mysterious tonsils that look a lot like scrotums. This is actually a devastating run. You know, to be totally honest, Molten Mermaid, to show you what a sweetheart I am at heart, I didn't think anything of it. One way or the other, okay, well, I guess I'll just get hit twice. I didn't really think it was anything. I was like a Westworld android that you just don't fuck. Doesn't look like anything to me. I feel like things have been far too nice, far too pleasant today. Let's end on a down note.